If you're smart, hardworking, and you still feel like you have hit an invisible ceiling, this video is for you. Most people try to push past that ceiling by working even harder. But the real unlock isn't about more effort, but it's a different ballgame altogether. Today I'll show you how to shift from the busy professional to a confident visionary and strategic leader. The reason we get stuck isn't because we are lazy or unqualified. It's because we are running a scarcity program in the background. The belief that opportunities, success, money, and even recognition are limited, like slices of a pie. If I win, someone must lose. If they win, I must lose. And this program, it creates anxious, protective, short-term behavior, and that behavior caps your growth. This is how scarcity quietly shows up even in high performers. Busyness worship. Your worth equals how full your calendar is, and productivity, it becomes a performance. Control hoarding. If I want it done right, I'll do it myself. You become the bottleneck and call it standards. Short-term fixation. You optimize today at the expense of tomorrow. Urgent beats important every single time. Money fear. Everything feels too expensive. Coaching, courses, even hiring help. You cling to cash but spend the only thing you can't earn back, your time. If you caught yourself in any of those, no judgment, awareness is a doorway. Now, what is the alternative? Abundance isn't naive optimism, it's a strategic belief. Using and sharing resources creates more resources. Think like a gardener, not a guard. When a fruit is eaten, seeds spread, more trees grows, and this multiplies because you use it. And when you adopt this abundance mindset, your habits, they flip, and impact is greater than the activity. You stop asking how much did I do, and you start asking what moved the needle. You delegate outcomes. You empower people to your own results, not just check boxes. Time is greater than money. You invest money to reclaim time, then use that time for high performance activities, high thinking leverages. Long term over quick hits. You build assets, skills, systems, teams that compound over time. And that is how leaders, they scale their influence without burning out. Now here is a skill no one taught you in school. Thinking is the new doing. You already know a ton, so much that your knowledge is intuitive. The challenge is organizing that knowledge into clarity that others can understand and act on the knowledge. To make space for that thinking, you need system designs, you need decision systems, which repeatable rules that offload routine choices and free your mind from the strategic work. When you systemize the tactical, you liberate bandwidth for the vision, which is your long-term vision. Now let's talk about organized thought. Block time for deep thinking like you would for a board meeting and ask yourself, what are the 3 outcomes that matter this quarter? What decisions can I turn into checklists or SOPs so I stop redeciding them? And what would make this problem not a problem again? And you should leverage over labor. Labor says, I'll push harder. Leverage asks, what tiny input creates outsized output? What tiny input creates outsized output? For an example, a single well-designed template that removes 20 reviews a week, a 60-minute training that saves your team hundreds of hours, one hire that unlocks a whole revenue stream. And think about it, time always beats money. Money, it finishes, but time doesn't. Invest in skills that compound. For example, your communication skills, leadership skills, storytelling, system design thinking, and people who remove these bottlenecks, invest in them. Tools that automate the repeated task, buy them. Buy back hours and reallocate them to the highest leverage use, building vision, relationship, and assets. And there are opportunities inside the obstacle that you get. Train your eye to see the upside where others see chaos. and ask in every crisis, what does this make possible? If we had to turn this constraint into a competitive advantage, how would you do it? Leaders who practice this become calm in storms and magnetic to talent and trust. Then, identity before property. Identity before property. You don't get the corner office and then become the leader. You become the leader and then title catches up. Who you must be. Decision generous with credit, clear under pressure. What you do consistently. Coach your team weekly. Delegate outcomes. Protect deep work time. And what you tolerate or no longer tolerate. Identify upgrades, drive behavior. Behavior compounds into outcomes, and outcomes, they deliver the property. I wasn't born as a strategist. I had to invest money I didn't always feel ready to spend into speaking, leadership, and building the systems. And every time I invested, my time expanded, my impact that grows, and the ceiling moved higher. And if you are ready to start now, here is a 7-day sprint. Day 1. List your top 3 needle moving outcome for the next 90 days and identify 5 recurring decisions, turn each into a checklist or rule. This is day number 2. Now the day number 3, delegate one outcome, not a task. Define done, empower the owner. Day 4, cancel or automate one low level value recurring meeting. Day 5, invest at least 60 minutes in a skill that compounds like your communication, systems or strategy. Day 6, document one process your team can run without you. Day 7, review. Where did you trade money for your time? Where will you double down? Remember, the ceiling isn't above you. It's inside the operating system you are currently using. Upgrade from scarcity to abundance, from labor to leverage, from activity to impact. And if this helped, hit like, subscribe and drop abundance in the comments so I know you are in. And tell me which principles you are installing first.